There's a moment right before the woods go silent when every instinct in your body whispers the same thing. Don't go outside. Most people ignore that feeling. But the ones who don't, they're usually the only ones who make it back. If you clicked on this video, yeah, you're in the right place. There's a point in the night when the forest stops sounding alive. No crickets, no wind, no distant shuffle of wildlife. Just that thick, suffocating quiet. The kind that presses against your ears like hands. I didn't know it then, but that silence was the forest's first warning. I went camping because I needed to breathe. Life had been loud for months. Notifications, voices, expectations. I thought solitude would fix me. Out here, miles away from cell service and responsibility, I expected peace. But the moment I set up my tent, something felt off. The trees weren't swaying. The air wasn't moving. It was like the whole forest was staring at me, waiting to see what I'd do. The first night, I woke up to a faint noise, not footsteps, not the wind. It was breathing, slow, deep, patterned breath on the other side of the nylon wall. I held my own breath. The sound paused when I exhaled. It exhaled too, just heavier, as if the lungs making that sound were 3 times the size of mine. I told myself it was an echo or a paranoid dream. That's the thing about the woods. They amplify whatever fear you bring in with you. But when the breathing came back the next night, right at the same hour, right at the same place beside my head, I knew it wasn't my imagination. The presence didn't walk. It circled, uneven, dragging loops around the tent, stopping only when I shifted inside. If I sat up, it pressed closer. If I went still, it matched my stillness. It wasn't just watching me, it was learning me. By the 3rd night, sleep was impossible. My internal clock dissolved. Daylight felt fake. Night felt endless, and the silence in between felt like a living thing. I started noticing something else. The rhythm outside the tent was syncing perfectly with my movements, almost as if it knew them before I made them, somewhere between panic and exhaustion. I convinced myself I needed to see it. Just a peek, just enough to know what was out there. Around 3 a.m., with shaking hands, I reached for the zipper, just a few inches, just a glimpse. Cold air rushed in, pine, dirt, and darkness. The forest stood still, empty, untouched. No footprints, no shadows, nothing. But the breathing didn't stop. It kept going, steady, heavy, humid. And that's when I realized the sound wasn't coming from outside anymore. It was behind me, inside the tent. Something shifted inches from my back, slow and deliberate, like someone adjusting their weight after waiting too long. The air turned thick and warm. My chest locked. Every instinct I had screamed the same thing. Don't turn around. Don't go outside. Don't move. Morning came eventually. I don't remember how. I don't remember running or packing or escaping. It all just goes black. Search teams later said they found my campsite perfectly intact, tent zipped, sleeping bag cold, backpack untouched, like I'd never stepped foot inside. The only thing out of place was a second set of footprints. They didn't lead into the woods. They led into the tent and never came back out. And sometimes when I'm falling asleep, I swear I still hear it. That slow, heavy breathing, matching mine, waiting for me to move first. There's a sound the forest makes right before something goes wrong. Not a scream, not a growl, just a sudden, perfect silence, the kind that feels intentional, the kind that feels alert. I heard that silence on my second morning in the Pine Hollow Reserve. I'd gone camping to reset my mind, to put distance between myself and the life that kept falling apart back home. The air was cold, the trees were tall, and the loneliness felt like a relief. I thought the forest would heal me, but it's funny, some places don't want to heal you. Some places want to study you. It started with the trees. On my first night, I noticed one tree facing the wrong direction. Every other trunk leaned slightly north, shaped by years of wind patterns, except one it leaned south, directly toward my tent, like it had turned its body just to watch me. I told myself it was just my tired brain playing games, but the next morning, another tree had shifted. Not fallen, not broken, shifted, like it had rotated overnight, like the forest was slowly turning to face me. By the third day, the silence arrived, thick, unnatural, suffocating. Even the wind refused to move. It felt like standing inside a held breath. That night, I heard the scraping, a dry, dragging sound circling the tent, slow, deliberate, rhythmic. It didn't sound like an animal. It sounded like bark scraping against soil, like something wooden was walking. Every few minutes, the scraping stopped, then a creaking groan, the same groan old trees make when they lean too far in the wind. But there was no wind. At one point, the sound pressed directly against the tent wall beside my head. The nylon stretched inward, as if something tall was bending down, listening. I didn't dare move. I didn't dare breathe. When the sun finally rose, I unzipped the tent. The clearing was normal, except for one thing. A ring of tall trees now stood much closer than before, at least 10 feet closer, forming a perfect circle around my tent. They leaned inward at unnatural angles, as if frozen mid-step. And on the ground, right beside the tent flap, were deep grooves in the dirt, not footprints, drag marks, tree root drag marks, as if something ancient had walked right up to me and stopped. Only because morning arrived too soon, I left everything behind, my gear, my tent, my clothes, and ran until the forest finally let me go. But sometimes at night, I swear I still hear the creaking, like the trees are slowly turning again, trying to find me. There's a certain kind of darkness the forest makes after midnight, not the regular kind, but the heavy, layered kind that feels conscious, like something is hiding inside it, waiting for a mistake. I made that mistake on my second night. I'd chosen an isolated ridge near Blackwater Creek. The place was perfect. No cell service, no hikers, no noise. I wanted to disconnect, clear my head, breathe something real. But the second the sun dipped behind the tree line, the air felt wrong, too still, too expectant, like the forest had been waiting for night to fall. The first disturbance was small, a soft tapping on the tent wall, slow, steady, precise, not like an animal, but like a finger. Tap, tap, tap. When I held my breath, it stopped. When I exhaled, it continued, matching the rhythm of my breathing, almost testing it. I told myself it was paranoia, stress, exhaustion, anything but the truth. But then came the whisper, not words, not breath, just a faint vibration in the air, like someone murmuring through fabric. It circled the tent, dragging itself slowly around me, stopping only when I moved. At exactly 3:11 a.m., the tent zipper twitched, not opened, not pulled, just twitched, like something on the other side was pinching it, trying to understand how it worked. I didn't move, I didn't blink, I didn't even swallow. The whisper drifted closer, so close the nylon shifted inward, brushing my sleeping bag. Then, in the stillness, I heard it. A second zipper behind me, inside the tent, a zipper I didn't remember having. I ran at sunrise, left the tent, the gear, everything. When rangers checked the site, they found the tent untouched, zipped tight, perfectly sealed. Except for one thing, the inside of the fabric had faint drag marks, as if something had crawled out during the night. The forest fades into darkness. The last echo of wind disappears, and whatever was watching is still out there. If you felt that chill crawl up your spine, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell so you never step into the dark alone again. Until the next story, don't go outside.